You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Hey, my friends. So let's do it like they do on a Discovery Channel. Welcome, my friends. Woo! Balkan Breakfast Season 3, Episode 9. I think, if it's not, my friends, who gives a shit? At least we're happy with positive, oh bože, such a positive, full with energy, spirit is uplifted. But, my friends, if you go and see outside, weather is shit, my friend. It looks like the European Parliament. So you guessed it right, my friends. Today we are going to talk about EU in general, EU institutions, corruption, and blah blah blah. So for today, Balkans and Eastern Europe, no yok each, my friends. Even though Eastern Europeans and Balkans, I love you very much, brothers and sisters. But my friends, today we're not gonna talk about it. Today we're going to talk about these EU institutions because it's actually very important. And this video is, if it's a little bit longer, you have timelines, don't worry. Because my friends, in the end of the day, those are the ones who are actually drafting everything. And believe it or not, indirectly controlling Eastern Europe and Balkans as well, even though some of the countries are not in the European Union. Understand? You don't understand? Don't worry, but I'm going to explain to you. Super. So, my friends, when I'm saying to you European institutions, what do I mean? European Parliament, European Commission, European Court of Auditors, European Food and Regulatory Service, grant programs, procurement offices, and blah blah blah. So you see, my friends, it's a very complex system. To be honest with you, my friend, nobody actually knows who is in the top of this, let's say, system. Nobody knows. Nobody understands. Like if you ask with simple mind, who is the owner of European Union? Nobody knows. I'm gonna tell you a little hint, a word that is actually symbolizes dark stone. If you're smart, you will get it. But we're gonna talk about it. Don't worry. So, my friends, you see, these European institutions in general, they're supposed to be the morality police of Europe, for moral thingies, for proper budgeting, for proper funding, proper this, proper that. But, my friend, you see, the problem is they're not doing that. Plus, they're, my friends, actually supervising the governments, supervising every budget, supervising the crimes and the scandals, in quotation marks. We're going to talk about it, don't worry, my friends. And, my friends, always, in these institutions, corruption is huge. Even though they're going to tell you, don't worry, my friends, it's democracy, it's like this, it's like that. Vash, super. Shimi Maika, yes. So, my friends, you see, I made a list, very good list. You will enjoy it, trust me. What is the problem? The problem, big money plus big power equals big temptation. Because European Union budget is actually massive. Hundreds of billions of euros per year. Billions per year, right? So, my friends, you see here, there is grants, tenders, help for this, help for that, infrastructure projects, this kind of projects. Now it's very popular, military equipment, blah, blah, blah. Everything is here. So you see, my friends, when you mix the power with the money and with the complexity inside of European Union, there is a fertile ground for corruption, bre. You understand? Because, my friends, nobody understands how complex actually this system is. I was researching it very big. To be honest with you, my friends, even though from my professional work I work in a financial institution, doesn't matter, my friends, I don't understand shit, honestly. Yes, there is millions of agencies, millions of departments, sub-department of the department, sub-department, my friends, but it's very complex. And there is like a lot of money everywhere. But in the end of the day, my friend, don't worry, you don't have money. Because you have to fund the European budget, so these motherfuckers, Helga and Johannes, they will play chess. You understand? Super. So, my friends, I'm going to mention some of these cases which are public. So, I don't care. These are public. So, you will see actually how scandalous this is. First of all, my friends, I think late 2020, was it 2022, sorry, Qatargate, right? When MPs were actually caught with shushki in the pocket, right? You remember? Luxury hotels, gifts, they were, the Qataris were buying them, and blah, blah, blah. Boats, I don't want to mention what, the other stuff as well, right? Cash transfers, shell companies, and blah, blah, blah. My friends, there is a lesson to be learned, for example, from this case, right? Even high-ranking politicians in European agencies, in European Union in general, can be actually bought. You understand? We believe so much in this democracy, but hey, we will talk, don't worry. My friends, second of all, EU funds misused. Bulgaria, Romania, structural fund abuse, right? When they were actually phantom workers, false invoices and stuff like this, many irregularities and stuff like this. You see, not everybody is equal, right? Then again, my friends, you remember the thing that was flying and we were all scared, 2020, 2021, right? Even though everybody forgot about it, my friends, do you know how many tenders and corrupt scandals were around the things that you were wearing here? I don't want to mention these words. I don't know if they're safe for YouTube. I really don't know. Doesn't matter. And stuff, and things for the oxygen and blah, blah, blah. Millions of them. They didn't care because everybody was locked at home. Nothing was working, so they could do everything online. You understand? Problem. Then again, lobby influence and regulation captures. So, for example, my friends, you see, listen, this is very important. We're going to stick here and then we will move forward. Even though I want to make funny videos out of everything, my friends, I cannot because it hurts me as well. Listen, big pharma, big agricultural companies, big food industries, big oil industries and stuff are always coming to these guys and are always tap, shushki. Understand? Always. That's why you see that this continent is actually ruled by couple of extremely big companies who bought a lot of smaller companies, and these smaller companies bought a lot of very tiny companies, and these very tiny companies bought a lot of people. So it's like a pyramid. You understand? But you understand, right? So my friends, in the end of the day, when they're showing you something on TV, as I said, in every video I will say the same thing. Look behind the curtain. There is the core, the search. You will find the problem. If you want to, my friend. But if you don't want to, who gives a shit? Eat poison and drink poison. Super. So my friends, you see, when everybody is pocketed, right? When something happens, they will take their money from here, they will put it here. Cannot see anything. Batman. Understand? Shishmish. Super. But my friends, even though I want to make jokes, this is not funny. Trust me, this is at all not funny at all. Because those are the people who are actually controlling your lives indirectly. Because even though in the countries in European Union think that they are independent, they are dependent. Because the people who are living in these countries, for example, Czech Republic, right? These people are funding this EU budget. And they're paying the salaries, right, for the EU officials. But my friend, these EU officials, they really don't give a shit about you, man. Honestly, they really don't give a shit about you. They're so bored out of their lives because they're full with money. When somebody is full with money, they don't care about anything else. You understand? Because if you're full with money, you get bored easily. You don't have to fight in your life to get money, aka assets, aka become wealthy, right? So when you don't have this problem out of your head, and if you're healthy, my friend, the other thing that you will do is do stupid shit just out of boredom, right? Because yes, the companies which are European Union based and Europe based can buy these people. But then again, imagine that the continents and the countries outside of this continent are actually richer, not richer, but they have power and authority as well. They're buying them as well, because this continent, yes, it's one of the richest continent in the world, right? Doesn't matter, because people here are actually spending a lot of money, right? Regular people. When you spend a lot of money here, my friends, they can actually control what you buy and what you do. You understand? So if somebody is funding them from outside of this continent and they want for their product to be placed here, it will be placed here. They really don't give a shit if that product is shit. Understand? Super. My friend, so why everything stays hidden? Why everything stays hidden? Because, my friends, complexity, bureaucracy, right? As I told you, try to actually see the structure of all of these agencies and parliament and council, and blah, blah, blah. You cannot understand anything. And the bureaucracy, as I told you, my friends, always this Johannes guy and this Helga woman, they're always drafting every day 400 pages of something so they can remain hidden. When they remain hidden, nobody can touch them. Plus, remember one more thing, my friends, they have something which is called immunity. You understand? They have immunity. Even if they were caught in Qatar scandal, right? They don't give a shit. It happened late 2022. Don't worry, my friends. All the media is bought as well, right? These motherfuckers that you're watching on TV, they're all bought. I said I'm not gonna make jokes today, but they're all bought. They will all tell you what the people from European Union will tell them. And you watch that and you believe that. And you're still saving your money. Super, save your money. Odlično, bombona. Lack of accountable oversight, sorry. So, even though these inspectors, auditors, they're politically pressured, right? Because, as I told you, it goes as a pyramid. It goes as a pyramid, my friends. Because we say in the Balkans, right? The fish always stinks from the head down, not the other way around, right? So the fish in this case is on the top, my friends, European Union officials, and they can pay everybody who is below them. Like, it comes from here. Even the people who are actually living under the bridge near the dumpsters. They can pay everybody. They don't give a shit. And remember, they have immunity about literally everything. Who gives a shit? Right, they can vote yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. They don't give a shit. Right, super. As I said, there is no accountability because they're protected by immunity. Reports for something from auditors, from inspectors, even if they get caught, my friends, most of these reports in some drawer. Who gives a shit? Understood? Media fatigue and public detachment. I actually wrote it here. Yes, my friends. Let's say some big thing happens, right? Some big news happens. My friends, people nowadays, because they're busy with stupid shit like Instagram and I don't know, other things that you like to do during the day, nobody cares about these headlines anymore. It will be a story for, 2-3 days. After that, who gives a shit, right? And if it's some story with some official that actually paid somebody, they're not even gonna report that to you. So in the end of the day, my friend, you see, you don't gain anything. Understood? You, the normal people. And my friends, of course, the lobbying and the influence is extremely huge. Extremely huge, because, my friends, always everybody goes to the top of the pyramid. These companies, right, that want to actually gain something. Construction, oil, food, pharma, blah, blah. Tech industries as well. They go to them. They're not going to you. You're not important, the regular guy and the regular girl. You're not important at all. Who gives a shit about you? What you think and what you do? They really don't give a shit. Eat peanuts and fuck off. Super. Not super, but super. So, my friend, effects Why actually this matters to all the European Union people? Hey, it's funny because a Balkan guy is saying this story. It's funny, but my friends, trust me, because of my professional work, I have a lot of, how can I say, reports from here and there. So I have a lot of experience about this stuff. I'm trying to actually summarize it in a video, make it funny, and doesn't matter. I know it's funny because a Balkan guy is saying to you this, but doesn't matter. I'm smarter than most of the motherfuckers who are in Brussels. Super. EU funds, so effects. Why this actually matters to the normal people. When EU funds are wasted on some shit, let's say, for example, the thing that actually pisses me off personally is the green agenda. Even though I was reading the whole green agenda, even though there is some actually interesting things inside about, I cannot remember now, so there are not many, but doesn't matter. My friends, most of this agenda is actually stupid, right? Because even though, what can we do in the European continent? Close all the factories, close everything, right? Close everything so we can breathe actually better air. My friends, first of all, the problem is regional. It's not all across the European Union. It's regional in some countries, not everywhere, right? Because these countries are actually poorer than, for example, the Western countries, so they don't have much funds to actually dislocate, let's say, for example, a factory. Or regulated properly. Or actually they're paid and from the pocket, they don't see anything. Understand? Super. Then again, my friends, unfair competition. When somebody has more money than you as a company, right? When they have more money than you, their money is bigger. You understand? When they have more money to pay to somebody, of course, the competition is going to be meh. They're going to take the best locations, the best technology, the best people and everything because they can pay. For the local companies and the small one, who gives a shit about you, my friend? Eat peanuts and live under the bridge. Nobody cares about you. Understand? Super. Not super, but super. Distrust in institutions. My friends, imagine this. In my years until now, I have never actually thought that European Union people, that people from European Union will actually tell me we don't trust the European institutions. I thought it was only Balkans and Eastern Europeans, to be honest with you. So you see, even though these motherfuckers who are controlling European Union pretend that they have democracy, they're voting, they're doing this, my friends, as I told you, pyramid thing. You understand? My friends, if you start, the normal people, if they start distrusting their institutions, the problem happens always, like from the bottom, right? And then if they come and if they say to you, my friends, we're not satisfied from you, we don't trust you, and blah, 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 eventually something will happen. I don't want to mention what, but you're smart people, you understand me, right? We know what happened years ago, right? I don't want to mention. Super. Not super, but super. And of course, my friends, weak regulations. Right? Health, environment, consumer protection suffers when regulation captured by big money. I actually wrote it here. You see, when big money is involved, they will tell what is important, what is not. The previous video about the construction, my friends, I told you, the regulations are just lowering and lowering and lowering. They're actually becoming shittier than the Balkans and Eastern Europe. I never thought this time would come in my life when I would actually say that even though our countries down are so fucking corrupted, I mean, not our countries are beautiful, the motherfuckers who are running our countries, right, are so fucking corrupted and everything, but my friend, it came now that actually EU is getting on the same level as well. Imagine this. I never thought this would come, but imagine this. Copenhagen criteria, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about democracy? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do because I'm above you. And the guy above you, and above you, and above you, and all of a sudden, problem. Problem. And of course, my friends, unequal development, right? I can still see to this day what happens with, for example, these countries which are 20 years in European Union, so since 2005. Hungary, Czech Republic, Poland and Slovakia. Only Poland, only Poland, because Poland is on another level, my friends. Polish people are extremely good, extremely smart, and they're actually hardworking people. Yes, these people as well, Hungarians, Slovakians, Czechs as well, but my friends, you can actually feel how it is the unequal development and unequal funding of European Union towards these countries. You can feel it, you can see it. Doesn't matter, my friends, these countries can be 300 years in the European Union. They will not reach on the level of, let's say, I don't know, Denmark or something, Germany, doesn't matter, Sweden. You understand? And plus, imagine now, every of these countries in European Union, they're slowly starting to actually being independent. Food, energy, gas, everything. I don't know where that's going to lead, but we will see. It will be a funny, let's say, timeline to watch it forward. So, my friends, you see, the European dream, as the American dream, is a scam. Maybe 25, 30 years ago. Now, my friends, you just come, you work, you pay a lot of money, a lot of percentage of your money towards your country, and the countries, they don't give a shit about you. They're not giving you anything, my friends. Literally anything. Even though the things that they're giving you, yes, maybe, my friends, the retirement is not safe. The healthcare is not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. In Germany, there are hospitals closing because they're not profitable. In Nuremberg. Right? Czech Republic, same. Stuff is missing. The intellectual people moving away from here. You see, they have a lot of problems. They're not telling you this because they want to be, strong. Johannes and Helga, very, very strong, very smart with the glasses. Million of IQ, right? A problem. And my friends, why actually Balkans are also guilty as well? Because we have our own local elites, right? We have local subcontractors. We have local people who are working in line with European Union, so they're in line. So this European Union are actually controlling our parts, controlling the Eastern Europe as well. You understand? It's like a web, spider web. Everything is controllable, and only hand-picked people can actually talk with these officials. You understand? Certain companies, certain people, certain MPs, and blah blah blah. Not everybody can actually do that because they're the boss and we're the shit. You understand? My friends, we have so much misuse of grants, especially in my country, EU grants, which we could use for something really important, like for example, some infrastructure project, for example, some, I don't know, business about the energy, the oil, the water system, the pollution, which is extremely big problem in the Balkans. You understand? We could use everything, but our people, they want to in kafana. That's the problem. You understand? Very big problem. And of course, my friends, diverted funds. When people from European Union are sending something to the Balkans, let's say, for example, for the road, all of a sudden the money, washing machine, it goes to MPs or for some, I don't know, some other project. You understand? It's a mind game. So, my friends, of course, as in every Balkan breakfast, I have a solution. I'm gonna be very fast and I'm gonna finish. It's a long video, I understand. First of all, my friend, there should be more transparency. Every tender, every blah blah grant, contract, subsidiary, blah blah blah, should be public, should be searchable. If somebody wants to access it, they would access it. Don't hide it. Don't hide it, my friends, because in today's time, it's actually easy to find your dirty underwear, let's say. Stronger oversight and audits. My friends, I actually always recommend everything to be decentralized. So, for example, imagine if the audits are independent. So, So stretched out from the European Union, stretched out from the Balkans, even though today is about the European Union, stretched, not involved in there, they will be independent. I know that you have money and you can pay them, of course, but then again, if they're decentralized, right, from a lot of companies, most probably you cannot pay everybody. Most probably some of them will actually have a moral and, let's say, solve the case, right? Or actually do a proper research, proper audit, let's say. My friends, end of immunity for corruption cases. This must be changed immediately in the European Union and European Parliament, because how you motherfuckers can have immunity for everything, I really don't understand. You can do whatever you want and you have immunity. You don't have any guilt. You don't care. You really don't care about anything. I don't understand, like, how is this possible? You can actually cause the biggest scandals in European Union, waste so much money and destroy so many lives, but then again, I have immunity, no problem. No problem. Limit the lobby influence. My friends, this is very hard. Of course, but there should be ban in the European Union about gifts, about bonuses, exotic travels, and if somebody from other continents are coming and talking to you directly, there should be an independent or public involved people from the public, from other companies which are not in tie with European Union, so they can actually scan you. How is the conversation going? You understand? Because I know that behind closed doors you can do anything. You're not different than the Balkans and Eastern Europeans. Don't pretend, please. Of course, my friends, support for small businesses and citizens. Yes, we're talking about this for even though they will give you some peanuts, they're gonna take the peanuts back. That's the support in most of the countries. Not all of them, but in most of the countries. That's my friend. You know, like, you have actually to involve the citizens directly to monitor some project. You understand? Like, you cannot actually, when you're drafting this shit, involve some people so they can actually talk. I mean, not talk, but actually scan what you do, see what you do. Because otherwise, my friend, everything can get corrupted. We don't know who paid you while you're drafting these documents. Understand? Problem. Problem. And of course, my friends, I wrote it here. I'm going to explain to you this and we finish. Civic and media engagement. My friends, listen, the journalism, I'm going to do the guru stuff. My friend, susbre. The journalism and the media in general in European Union is shit. Everybody is paid. So, you have people, like I'm not trying to be a journalist, never, but I'm trying to actually be a podcast who is actually exposing your dirty underwear here and there. And trying to be funny in the same time, which is very hard for me as well, trust me. Because you're doing so much shit. My friends, there should be always people involved from even the podcasts, my friends, even the news agencies who are only online. You should involve everybody. We don't want to watch CNN, BBC, we don't trust them. The new generation is coming, my friends. New generation. Millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I don't know how do you call them younger than me, it doesn't matter. So let's say from the 90s, from the 80 something, which want to actually involve ourselves into the rebuilding of the European Union, because you actually destroyed it. We can see what is happening. We know how it was, and now we want to see something better. You understand? My friends, even though my parents are older and they're from this boomer generation, my friends, you boomers, you actually suck. Don't get mad at me, but you suck at drafting new laws because you don't understand the new systems. You understand that? You actually don't understand the freedom in a digital world. You don't understand anything. You're drafting something with your mind who is stuck in, in the 60s and 70s, 50s, even 40s. You understand? You're not relevant. My friends, I would suggest for everybody who is above 58, let's say 60 years old, to be forbidden to vote for everything. Because those people who are voting are actually the problem. Understand? Because those people are actually the ones who are voting just left and right. They don't see anything else. They just do this or do this. That's it. They don't see anything else. They don't understand the new ideas of the new political parties that are forming with new ideology, not only right wing and left wing. You know, you have actually libertarians. You have actually capitalists. Understand? Look at Switzerland. Perfect. Perfect. Understand? Look at some other countries like Liechtenstein. Perfect. My friends, it hasn't, like, if it's only left or right, both of them are actually bought. You understand? Both of them are controlled by the same entity from the, you know, I don't want to do that again, but you understand. Both of them. That's why they're in power always. You just vote left or you vote right. They have some good things as well on the left side. They have some good things on the right side. But in the end of the day, my friends, you suck. Both of you actually suck, really. In every country, not in the European Union only. You suck. You're not good. Because most of you are part in some boomer generation with some boomer ideology about things, and you don't understand the new things. If you don't let the young people involved into drafting new things, this continent is going to go to shit, or the young people will actually leave from here and they will go to some other continents. And then you will see the problem. Understand? That's actually the problem, my friends. That's the real problem. We cannot be involved anywhere, my friends, in my country as well, in the Balkans as well, in Eastern Europe. European Union says who is gonna come and who is gonna be what. And who is European Union? You understand. My friends, it's a longer video. Just some jokes here and there, I know, but it's not funny because it's actually very serious and a very big problem. If we don't solve this problem, and if we don't get transparent, this continent is gonna go to shit in every department. Understand? It needs to be act immediately. My friends, I love you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, subscribe, like and share with your brothers and sisters. I love you very much and see you very soon, bre. Ciao.